Hey, what up, decisive marketers? I love using webinars to sell because I can sell to multiple people at once. And I think that webinars are a great way to promote your products and services, especially if your product or service is complicated, right? It can't be explained over a simple landing page, something like that. You need to demonstrate, or maybe the product is at a higher price point. You got to spend a little bit more time educating your customers or clients to take up your products or service. Then I think that webinars are a great way to go. And I think one of the brilliant ideas that came about with webinars is the ability to run evergreen webinars, because you can simulate a webinar as though it is live, but you are actually not there presenting live, and that makes it easier for you to scale your business. Now, webinars can be used for many things as well. Of course, you can use it as a meeting tool. You can use it for you know, teaching, right? No sales, but just teaching. There's many you can use it for live events, many options out there, right? So and that's what we're going to be talking about today. This tool is called Vidthere. It's a webinar tool that you can use to create live webinars and evergreen webinars. And let me just share with you a little bit more. But before I dive in, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more digital marketing and e-commerce content. So here we are in Vidthere. So this is the dashboard right here. Once you enter it, you are in the calendar, and you'll be able to see all the events that are in here, right? So as usual, I like to head over to the settings first, all right, so that I can set up my stuff right here. So you want to put in your call to action buttons right here. So these buttons appear at a specific time stamp, right, in your webinars itself. And then you can upload video clips as well, so that you can play them during your webinar. And they have these autoresponder integrations. They have MailVio, MailChimp, Sendinblue, SendFox, Mailshake, ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, GetResponse, Aweber, Drip, Constant Contact. Okay, so as you can see here with the integration list, I feel that it is very limited, as it only connects with autoresponders. It doesn't have a open API where Public Connect can connect with it. There's no Zapier integration, and possibly other ways that we can connect, right? And also with the SMTP right here, just give me a second to close some of these tabs, right? Just for the notifications, right? So got to mute them. And the next one is the email provider. You can make use of SendGrid, Gmail, which I definitely don't recommend unless you are using your Google Workspace email. Then you can also set up your own custom SMTP server to send out emails right here. So Vidthere does not provide email at all. It's only with you gotta have your own email provider for these transactional emails. Okay, so next is tracking codes. You can insert Facebook pixel codes in the registration input, thank you page, and webinar page. Okay, so uh so we're gonna jump into the webinar right now. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the live webinar first. Okay, and we're going to test out the live webinar. So this is how the interface looks like. Okay, I've got to, okay, let me just turn off my camera first. Okay, let me just share this right here. Oops, nope. Okay, let me just turn off my screen. Okay, yeah, let me just turn on my screen. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, the webinar is running right now, and all webinar, it will be recorded as well. Okay, so you have your, chat right here. You have, your presenter assistants, and like you can see all the attendees right here as well once they join. Okay, and let's see what else. Okay, and you got your microphone, you got your camera right here. So if you want to share your screen, okay, if you want to share your screen, you got to install the Vidthere screen capture feature, the Chrome extension, to be able to screen share right here. All right, and pretty much, that is all for the live webinar. Okay, very straightforward, simple live webinar feature. Okay, so I'm going to close this, and I'm going to show you the Evergreen Webinar, which is what I'm all about for, right? Hey, what up, decisive marketers? Okay. If you run a website, pretty much everyone who is watching this channel probably manages a website so somehow. I can't we all need to deal with our tracking scripts, our chat. Okay, my bad. So, so this is how it looks like. Okay. Okay, it looks like I lost the sidebar for some reason. Let me just open it up again. Right. So, one thing good, as you can see, is the video loaded very quickly. So, which is what I like, right? So, you can. So this is the video here. I'm just going to edit the event instead and show you what is on the the process of creating a webinar. So there are a couple of ways that you can set up a recorded webinar. So you're able to insert a video URL, right, and they support YouTube and Vimeo, but of course no one uses YouTube at all because YouTube is going to show ads on the video player, right? So and then you can show the webinar. Is probably when you have done a actual webinar, you can choose the webinar as the source video, or you can upload your own video, which I have done so previously. Okay, let me just refresh this and we can see the video. Okay, so there you go, right? This is the video right here which has uploaded, and then whether you want to hide the replay controls, and of course we are going to hide that, right, because we're going to simulate a live webinar. So you can also choose the time slot in here, okay, for your recurring events, and one time you can set up one time as well, and your time zones. And do you want to have a watch now option? Okay, watch now option. Send notifications. Okay, that means are you going to send reminder emails to your audience? Then you will check this and show the selection time and date, which obviously you want to have that, otherwise people can't sign up for your webinar, right? And then whether you want to enable incognito registration. So this is only for watch now events. uh, any new chat messages you want to have it emailed to you, and any whether you enable GDPR agreement. Okay. Next is, pricing. If you're going to add a price for people to sign up for your event, you can, toggle this on, right? And then you can customize the layout. So this is how it looks like. Okay. Right. So this is how the sign up form looks like. Okay. So one thing that I find uh, that I don't like about Vidthere is that they don't actually have a what they call that. Let me just try and open this up, see if it's possible to load the page. Okay, so it's actually possible. So they only give you a embed code, which is weird because um let me try and open this up in incognito mode. Okay, so you can actually it's weird here because you don't actually, they just give you an embed code, but actually the URL for the page is right here. Okay, so you can, once you click on this, you can design the registration page, right? One thing that I feel that Vidthere is missing is the ability for us to embed just the registration form, right? So we don't get all the funny stuff that we have here, like the title and stuff like that. Okay, and then the email template, so you can see, how the email looks like. So they have an email builder. They have you can upload your custom logo and for the event itself as well, right? uh there's no like custom JavaScript abilities on the sign up page, which I feel is missing. Okay, and then for chat settings, is it going to be a public chat or private chat or no chat at all, right? And then you can invite people in here. The reminder emails, this is how it looks like. Then you can do URL redirection, so you can not redirect, you can always redirect. That means your webinar doesn't actually run, because once they log in, they are actually being redirected somewhere else, and this is redirect after the webinar has ended. Okay, and then you can also set up your call to action buttons right here, and you can choose the timestamp in here, right? So I have one button in here, and then you can also enable simulated chat. So let me just show you. Once I click on message, I can put a time, I can type a message, I can show what kind of user is it. Is it going to be an attendee, or is it a presenter, which is me, right? So then I'll put my own name in here, and then for the attendee, I'll just put that person's name, and then I can just add. So I can simulate that someone is trying to talk to me, right? Okay, so this is the webinar. Let me just go back in here and open it up. So you can see that this is the chat that is coming in. So this is simulated chat, right? And then this is the video. It loads really fast, so people just think that you just went live instantly. So you're like, it kind of feels like you're live. So the video hosting on Vidthere is actually very powerful, I would say, because it can load really quickly. But and pretty much the rest is the same right here. Okay, and let's look at events. right? So you can actually have the event. So let me see what this is. Okay, so this is actually the webinar link. What else do I have? This is share. So the event webinar is the same thing, I believe. Yep. And then contact. So whoever register for your events, their contact will be in here, right? Okay, their contact information will then be in here. So that's all for Vidthere. I feel that Vidthere, it is becoming a good solution, but it's missing quite a few things. There's no API, there's no simulated attendees, um, there's no webhook, right? They only provide Facebook Pixel for tracking, which is not a good thing. Because I want to know who did not attend my webinar, who attended but left before the call to action button was shown, and also when who actually stayed throughout the entire webinar, so that I can filter and tag these contacts and send them the relevant emails to later convert them. So I think that Vidthere is missing a few pieces right here. The UI is good compared to some of the other webinar solutions that I've tested out. There's also one more issue is with the registration page right here. Let me just open it up again and show you. Is I get so many different options right here. So it's not really it doesn't look like a just-in-time webinar, because there's so many options that I can choose that people kind of feel like, Henry, this is definitely a fake webinar that you're running. It's a pre-recorded webinar, it's not live. Okay, so that's not a very good option. So they have to be able to allow us to limit the number of uh, options in the selection form, right? And that's all I have to share about Vidthere. I feel that I probably wouldn't be using this for evergreen webinars at all at this stage, until that they could add multiple webhooks, API, limit the number of options right here. Then I think it's a good option. Actually a good evergreen webinar solution. So that's all I have to share. I still think that it is usable for quite a lot of people, because at its core I feel that it's quite powerful, right? But that's all I have to share about Vidthere. If you enjoy this video, do give me a thumbs up. If you know anyone who could benefit from an evergreen and live webinar solution, be sure to share this video with them. And lastly, let me know what you think about Vidthere in the comments below. I'll see you in my next video.